I'm really angry about my mustache. Do you know where I can get rid of my mustache? A ghost should not be seen with a mustache. I am angry vengeance, not mustache man. I don't even know. Hello, everyone. Welcome to an Isaac Run. Where we are going to play as El Ghosty Mustachio in a tale of twists, turns, epic action, compelling romance, and plot twists that'll make you go, whoa, that's a plot twist. And I am not joking. Yeah, I'm not joking. I mean, it'd be weird if I like you put on a movie trailer. Coming soon to a cinema near you. Proceeds to describe the best film you've ever heard. Only joking. And then the next advert rolls. You'd probably, unless, I guess technically speaking, the film could be called Only Joking, and it's about a series of minis where you keep making people believe something and then only joking them. But like really elaborate things that really are like, dude, I don't want to admit this, by the way. Hi, I'm Rage. This is... Did I already say this is Isaac? This is Isaac. Well, this is Eden, but Eden's Isaac, so still is Isaac. But the point I was going to say, which I'm not sure if I should... Oh, what a throw! I am the premier thrower of rotten decapitated explosive heads. If you need a rotten decapitated explosive head, well then you can call 911-52991-5211-5211. Are you writing this down? 511, and I will throw an explosive head for you. The one that came to my head, and I feel like an awful person for even thinking it, is someone being adopted, and when they get home, their new adopted parents are like, only joking, and like put them back in the car. Look, I realize that's obviously awful, and I would never actually want that to happen. But when I was there thinking of extreme situations, the worst times to hear the phrase "only joking," it's up there, right? Like. Oh, I mean, it's up there along with the parachutes working, right? Yeah, no, it is. Halfway down. Only joking. Like, that's... Alright, okay, comments. I need someone to top that. I really... What was I talking about again? But I suddenly feel brave. Yeah, it turns out whenever I take a pill in Isaac, it actually affects me in real life. It's really crazy like that. I don't understand the science behind it, personally. It's just a lame devil deal, isn't it? I mean, we're still okay. We're pretty quick. We're a horned baby demon, and I've always wanted to be a horned baby demon, so we got that going for ourselves. Is there anything else we really need? No, I think I'm good. Alright, let's move on. We're a little bit low on the old key front, but we are amnesia, and I don't want to be on an amnesia floor, so... Oh! Hostage situation! Go on, we're letting you go. We're gonna hand ourselves in. Only joking! Like, that's probably quite a, good one there. I mean, I guess you could do it in, like, an actual reverse situation. Like, you're in an alleyway, being mugged. Only joking! Oh my god. See, I did want to play as a different character, but Eden calls to me. He really does. And while Spooky Spirit of the Night and Bob's Rotten Head is not the best starting items ever, I can't deny the mustache. Like, I just... Oh, you know, I was like, I made a good character choice. This is destiny. Right here, this is absolutely destiny. It really is. But talking of an only joking moment, I thought I would play a really good practical jape on Danny the other day, and that practical jape was she doesn't react well to being suddenly scared. So of course, you know, I wanted to suddenly scare her because I am a fantastic person. And I thought, okay, when's the worst time for someone to be suddenly scared? Late at night when they think they're alone. Look, okay, sometimes I like to get up to a bit of shenanigans. Don't judge me. Although, thinking about it, it is the worst time, isn't it? Like, imagine if you were home alone at night, right? It's like 3, 4 in the morning, you start singing, and you're singing a song that you're singing, and then suddenly you start hearing in the background a different voice singing the same song as you at the same time! Ipecac run! Ipecac run, son! My enemies are done! They better run on this Ipecac run! We're gonna have fun, blaze brighter than the sun, and look, I got into it, and then I realized this is going nowhere, and then I rapidly shut down. Again, another allegory for my life, not one that I'm proud of, but sometimes you gotta admit that you're just, a talentless scoundrel. Alright, so, I was still up because she was going to bed because she was tired, and I was like, okay, good night, good night, good night, because I was in the bedroom because we just finished watching a show on the TV, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna go back to my computer, you're gonna go to sleep, good night. Good night. So I walked over to the light, which is by the door, turned it off so it went dark in the room. And then instead of walking out, right, I decided to crouch low to the ground and crawl right towards the bed and, like, press myself against it so I couldn't be seen from someone in the bed. I was going to wait like that for 10 minutes and then suddenly be like, ah! and burst upwards, and it was going to be amazing. The funniest practical joke ever. A real rip-roaring classic experience. You know, something really quite solid. So I was lying there, okay, getting ready to unleash the funniest thing you have ever seen. Now, you know, honestly, hazard a guess as to how this goes down. I imagine a few of you have a few ideas already, trying to preempt the story. I would love to know what your guesses are. So, I'm lying there, I have my phone with me, slide it out my pocket, quiet, super quiet. I accidentally walked into an enemy there, because I'm amazing at this game. And then I'm like, alright, it's been about 5 minutes. That's enough to kind of be getting into the start to going to sleep, and then, okay, it's about ready. It's about ready. So I spring up, like sit up really fast, like someone who's just woken up from a nightmare, you know, that kind of, as you suddenly bolt upright, but with like a, and I do that, and then, I don't know how well you heard that, I just slapped myself in the face. I don't know why I didn't just describe that and actually slap my face on, but look, let me try it again. Oh! I had to make it really hard in order for it to come out on the microphone, and I'm gonna stop hitting myself in the face now. Desperate YouTuber abuses self on video for views. Oh my god. Either way, I was like, what? Ow! What the hell just hit my head? And as it turned out, when I sat up, I just, like, sprung my forehead into Danny's hand, which was hanging off the bed, because sometimes she sleeps with one arm hanging out the bed, so, like, her forearm and her hand was there, and I just sat up and slapped straight into it, and I'm like, ah! So already I'm the least effective surprise known to man, which is great and all. I'm gonna get this. We have so much moolah, and, well, actually, I've got loads of explosions. There's no reason not to see if we can get some more money, right? Yeah, there we go. Let's blow up more corpses. Yes. But I'm like, okay, I can still bring this. I can still bring this round. So I turn around, look at her, and go, wrong. She's asleep. I kind of failed to take into the account, not just account, but the account, that Danny is quite possibly a inhumanly freakish freak, don't tell her I said this, when it comes to going sleep. She possesses the godlike superhero power of, as soon as my head touches the pillow, I am asleep. I don't really care. No! No, 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 no! No, Loki's horns! You can go horn yourself, you bastard! Why would you offer me you? Oh, no! Alright, got myself some balls. No, I need so many more balls than that to even think about getting Loki's horns. That 2 balls, not enough balls. And she's got the power of just instantly falling asleep. So I was essentially lying there for 5 to 10 minutes while she was asleep, just on the floor, thinking to myself, I'm so evil and crafty. Eventually wasting my time just lying on the carpet. And then I felt kind of bad because I didn't get to do any sort of surprise. So I decided to gently shake her awake and explain what it is that I was going to do, so I could at least get some, like, second-hand reaction from it. And the thing is, she doesn't really wake up fully. It takes a lot of effort to wake her up fully, so she just kind of woke up a little bit, was half awake, and her only response to it was, that's nice. Just settled back down, and I felt like such an idiot. But, you know, sometimes you gotta do these things, alright? Sometimes you gotta go for them, and yeah, they might backfire, but they don't always backfire. Because what I like to do is when we're both walking out a room together to go to somewhere else, I like to go a little bit ahead and then stop just out of sight in the corridor, and then time it so just as she's about to walk out the room, suddenly step back, and she's like, oh! And I'm like, ha 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 ha! Oh, I know you hate this, but I keep doing it because I'm a piece of shit. And it's... Shut up, alright, okay? Don't tell me you're not all about this. Do not tell me you're not all about this. So that backfired recently, so that's good. But sometimes things have to backfire for you to truly appreciate them, right? You know, sometimes that's the case. I'll buy you. Well, that's actually okay. I'll buy you. That's less okay. That one is less okay. I don't know why when faced with this moolah I went, you know what? You know what I should do? I should firstly spend time picking up loads of bombs when I have literally infinite bombs. But the rest of the time I should just buy blind items. Let's not wait till the shop where I can actually see what it is that I'm purchasing. I feel like it might be an idea just to buy completely blind items. Just go for it and just see what happens, you know? You never know with these things. We don't want the ace of diamonds here. Okay, we definitely don't want the ace of diamonds. That is absolutely fine. We'll probably keep the moon. You know, I mean, if you've been handed the moon, you probably do keep that. If you could have a real-world object miniaturized and cloned, and then you can, like, have it as an ornament so you can tell someone, yeah, I have a real, genuine moon as my display. Like, it's not technically a replica, it's more like a clone. They're both identically the moon in property and makeup, just one of them is smaller than the other one. I mean, the moon would be a good choice, right? But I bet there's so many cool things you could choose. Like, I mean, depends if you have to go, like, you couldn't go fictional, but I bet you could probably go extinct, right? So you could have a taxidermied T-Rex. I wonder if that's the thing. If we, like, ever get to the point where we can't bring dinosaurs back to life, but we can clone them kind of enough that we can kind of grow lifeless replicas, almost like a corpse-producing factory. That sounds really weird. Yeah, you know, I work all day in factory making dinosaur bodies. No, not props, real ones, yeah. I don't know why me, a genetic scientist, is talking like this, but I'm right good at my job. Look, now I don't wanna stereotype science, okay? I'm gonna re-roll once and then pick it up, and this is fate. Okay, I mean, at least I have a reason to re-roll it again. Boom. That's actually okay. Cancer is fine there. You know, I don't want to stereotype, okay? I'm not going to say that you can't be a scientist, but also sound like you just came off a farm. But at the same time, it's not common. I mean, it depends where you lie on positive stereotypes, right? Do you still think a positive stereotype is actually bad? Like, let's say I meet you, you tell me you're a scientist. I'm instantly going to assume that you've got a kind of candor to you, a certain way that's going to make you not necessarily likable, but probably engaging in conversation, I guess. You know, I'm gonna assume positive things based on you being a scientist. Is that still bad? Is that still a bad thing to do, even though it's a positive connotation? I mean, you could argue that because they won't necessarily live up to it, you're setting yourself up immediately to be disappointed, but at the same time, I wouldn't personally mind if I told someone what I did for a living and that made them instantly assume good things about me, because, I mean, that's only an advantage, right? You've only got something positive to work with, but then at the same time, it might be pressure to live up to that. I don't know, is it like the equivalent of telling someone you're a comedian and then them expecting you to be funny? But then again, is it so wrong for someone to expect you to essentially be good at your job? Because they always give that example, right? If you tell someone they're a comedian and their response is, tell us a joke then. Yeah, obviously if someone tells you you're a chef, you don't go, cook us a meal then, right? You don't just bust that one out. But at the same time, oh, that's a lot of explosive chess. Mickey Mouse likes his explosions. Come to Mouse Daddy. It's a Mouse Daddy. Alright, we'll go with that. And we'll actually take Pestilence. That's really good. I don't know why I felt the need to... Oh, God. Tammy's head. Ipecac. There's definitely probably worse things to do that with, but definitely also better things. But at the same time, I want this to slightly make up for my refusal to take Loki's horns earlier, right? I want at least a little bit of I got a little bit brave, and I guess actually Tammy's head isn't that much like that, because like it spews out of me and I control when it happens, so essentially it's not that much of like a ooh. And I just realized we're in line for a free boss rush item, which is excellent. It really is. But I don't know, with a positive thing. I mean, obviously you can take it a little bit more extreme and add the do I even talk about this? I don't know, people are really sensitive these days, because I'm a firm believer in that nothing is really essentially that bad to say in a vacuum, right? Like, words themselves don't have power. The meaning you give them has power. If I call you a right moron, you're not going to be angry with me. But if I call you you are a right moron, you know that? Like, it makes all the difference. The intonation, the tone, the intent. Like, you can tell what's happening. So, like, if someone says something in jape, you can still feel offended, sure, because, you know, it might not be something you enjoy. And that's honestly completely fair enough. But I do think there's a big thing to be said for someone's actual intent behind a word or phrase that should be taken into account. And you could easily make the argument that inherently, like, written down, like, if I wrote any given word or phrase on a piece of paper, or I guess maybe not any sentence, because you could just write something like downright insultive that's just objectively insultive, but if I wrote any single word or common phrase on a piece of paper, that by itself, you could argue, shouldn't inherently offend someone, because it's in a vacuum, it's not aimed at or anyone. But then again, you could technically write something that still has really negative connotations, and you can't just pretend it doesn't, despite that not being your intent. I don't know, I mean, I do find that stuff fascinating, and I'd actually love to know where you guys lie on that scale. Are some things always insultive, no matter how you say them? Or does who you're saying it to, the way you're saying it, and context, can context and intonation and subject matter make something that might be insultive not insultive, or even the reverse way, something not insultive suddenly insultive? Because I think it's entirely possible that that's the case. Maybe I shouldn't have taken Evil Eye. Part of me actually thinks that it was probably a poor decision. And again, maybe not. Careful. I mean, this shouldn't be too hard of a mum fight, obviously. Having ourselves Ipecac is a lot of damage, and we can get ourselves a new lovely heart from there, and boom. Really, no angel or devil deal. That's sad. Come on, boss rush. Tear bombs. Oh, Cricket's body. Pyromaniac, however, is a slight improvement. In fact, it's an improvement to the level where instead of taking a free boss rush item, we can now just do the boss rush. So, yeah, that's not bad. Would have loved to have taken Cricket's body as well, of course. That would have been excellent. But I think given the choice between, let's say someone walked up to you and went, I will make you twice as strong as you are now, or literally immortal. I mean, I don't know about you, but that's not much of a choice, is it? That's not a huge choice going on there. Oh, and our mustache has come back. Good old mustache. Let's get Polly all up in here. Looking good, looking good. Looking like you really should. But how should you look? Does anybody tell you? Or do you decide yourself? You probably decide yourself, actually. I mean, I guess unless when you were a young kid and your parents chose what you were dressed. That seems really weird now, right? Because obviously a parent chooses what the young kids get their dress into, right? Like, you dress you, that's just normal. But the idea of that when you're older, someone just appears and goes, this is what you're wearing today. Actually, no, I can't even really say that. Because whenever we're going out somewhere nice, I'm always like, yo, Nanny, would you like me to wear this shirt or this shirt? You know, because I don't really care, but I know she prefers me in certain things. So I guess essentially that's the adult version of that, right? Like what would you like me to wear on our night out, honey? I mean, no one actually obviously speaks like that, but I guess that's essentially the extension, right? Good old extensions. Oh, my God. They just go on forever and ever and ever. Because extension, it was supposed to be funny, but for it to be funny, it needs to, well, I guess be funny. If you just laugh after a bad joke, guys, it makes it suddenly, not a bad joke. That's actually how that works. It's a lot of bad comedians do employ that tactic of just laugh after everything you say, and suddenly it's, okay. Now, I shouldn't be revealing this trade secret to you. Also, is Haunt, did I just hit Haunt so hard, he literally went permanently green? Because that's what that just legitimately looked like, which is absolutely fantastic. How do you hit someone so hard they turn green? Alright, we will splatter that all up in there, and then Cage, hello! I'm still really sad that we didn't manage to get Cricket's body. It's obviously a fantastic addition to this. But then again, Cricket's body only would have been a fantastic addition with the Pyromaniac, because otherwise it would have been way too... I didn't actually mean to kill him then! He just ran in front of me and died! That actually just sounds like a psychopath driver that has no concept of what he's just done, accidentally running someone over. Like in the context of like a car accident that's unfortunately, you know, really kind of murderized someone. He's like, I didn't even mean to kill him. He just ran in front of me and died. Like that's something that context probably does matter in. Actually, I think that's a great example right there. Can I just have my free item, please? Like, you can't kill me. And I don't mean that in, like, a boastful, cocky way or anything. I mean, like, no, you literally can't beat me. Like, you really, it's not possible, enemies. So, you don't need to keep trying. And I think if you just give me the item, then you all may live, which is probably preferable than you throwing yourselves at me over and over and over again. Then again, you might be aware that they respawn. Oh, that would be a good little plot twist. What if the enemies in Isaac are aware, self-sentient, that they do just come back from the dead every time that they die? Maybe that's why they're so cool with being slaughtered so often. Like, they know that, yeah, they're just gonna come back. Flame Tears is, I mean, kind of cool. It should probably give us fire bombs, but I'll take 44 damage still. That's absolutely fine. And down to the womb we go. Yes, down to the womb we go. Alright. Instantly chose an amazing place to go. Look at that. Oh, I had a feeling! It's why I did it! I legitimately had a feeling! An extra 23 damage. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Oh, good. See, I just need to get to my red hearts. Obviously, I'd like to keep a bit of blue so I can hopefully guarantee this angel/devil deal. So I can't play totally recklessly yet, but as soon as we're past potential devil deals and all of that jazz. I mean, we can just basically just walk through the level and just not stop firing just as I want to, you know? Just absolutely just amazing. So, yeah, this just in. I'm going to stop that one before I start and realize that I've made a huge mistake. So I put the lizards together recently. So the two tegus that I have, both Argentinian black and white tegus, really lovely creatures, powerful with sharp claws and deadly. I look like every single day I get out of bed and fall through a needle stack. It's really not great, but outside of that, I love them. I think they're fantastic, and one of them is a little bit too small for their current vivarium, so we're ordering a adult size vivarium for them, so they both have adult sizes, because one of them grew a little bit faster than the other, because one of them escaped for 3 weeks and didn't eat anything, and I told you about that. It was sad, but we found them and it was happy, and that's all good. But in the meantime, we put them both in the same adult-sized vivarium. Now, normally this is with lizards, because they're not the most social creatures. No matter how much personality you attribute to them, they're still not the most thrilled to be spending time together creatures. But tegus can be and are regularly quite social. So we watch them for a day, observe them carefully, getting ready to break up any fights or anything. But the thing is, they are clutch mates. They are sisters. They were born from the same egg, not the exact same egg, but the same clutch of eggs at the same time. And they've lived their entire life together. So they are quite uniquely bonded tegus, and because of that, they're actually getting on really well. There's not been a single sign of aggression from either of them, and since they're juveniles, which is basically they're in the teenager angst mode version of tegu, that's incredibly impressive that there's not been a single sign of aggression. In fact, at night, okay, alright, Ipecac Knife is surprisingly awesome, but at the same time, we have Pyromaniac, and we don't want to lose the power of Pyromaniac. 34 down, 102 in the okay. So sorry, Mum's Knife, but it's not happening. I'd rather keep immortality than gain a little bit more damage, you know. Just really not the same. And so far, it's been going really well. They're really cooperating with each other. And at night, they both sleep coiled round each other like a double lizard cinnamon roll. And it's like the most adorable thing. Like, seriously, it is so adorable. Like, I think it's adorable, but you should see Danny's reaction to it. She just melts whenever she sees it. It's fantastic. It really is. Oh, so that's the thing that's happening at the moment. And it's really quite cool. Though the thing is, because Danny is so smitten with how good they are together, and she's just like, oh, my twin lizards are getting on. Kind of the other two are getting a little bit neglected. I'm not saying we're playing favorites, but, you know, there's a rotational spotlight. Though I do think anyone that says they don't have a favorite when it comes to something like that is kind of just lying. If you have multiple pets, multiple cats, a cat and a dog, a hamster and a rabbit and a cat, a dabbit and or a cog, you know, whatever you have, if you have multiple, don't even try and tell me that one of them isn't your favorite. I will buy that you love them all equally, but I guarantee you, in a situation where someone is like, John, alright, one of these is gonna die because I am the pet decider, psychopath. Yeah, I break into people's houses and make them choose between which pet gets to live. Oh, it's a great TV show. Shut up. I guarantee you every single person, well, maybe not every single person, maybe I shouldn't super generalize, but I would say it's normal that most people would make a choice outside of it being random, right? Like, if the option was randomly decide or choose one, I think that would be it. I really do. I really do. If they extended the choice to you choose one of them or it's yourself, I bet there are a few people that would choose themselves over their precious pets, which I think's really silly. Like, obviously, I love my lizards and the hedgehog. I think they're adorable. They give me a lot of joy. I love looking after them. There's a lot I would do for them. But, I mean, it's still, you know, maybe this is horribly cold and pragmatic of me, but they are still, you know, it's just an animal, like, that you got for technically your own amusement. Yeah, you love them, but people get a pet because they want to enjoy having a pet, right? It's still an entertainment thing deep down, which might be a super cynical way of looking at it, but still. So, like, don't choose yourself, silly Billy. You know, I'm just saying. Ooh. I can't believe I'm in a run where Razorblade is actually a really good choice for the build. We'll go Hush just because we can't die, and it's a load of free items. So we'll just nip that in the bud real quick. I don't really care about any of them. I mean, I might as well, but again, it doesn't really matter, does it? So what are you? Bombs are key. Again, doesn't really matter. Anything good here? Oh, come on. What a waste of a hush floor. Absolutely nothing worthwhile. That is so sad. Absolutely so sad. Oh, I feel kind of cheated out of that. I really do. Okay, so we'll go in. Boom. Boom. And then I need to like hurt myself with the bombs, don't I? So like if I go up there we go. Like can I just keep doing it? Like does it not stop? I don't know. I don't know if you can just permanently keep doing this. Like if I just can I just forever? I mean, it's getting a little bit less each time, right? But like essentially essentially we just keep going because we can't die, and we can do it ridiculously quickly. Yeah, I'm just essentially using Hush as a way to just keep razor blading myself for mad amounts of damage. Where's this now? So we go to 150 with Succubus on us. That's not bad. You know, that's, as far as things go, that's pretty good. We can probably make that work. I mean, we're getting such a low amount of damage from it now that I'm not even sure if it's worth it. But it is a lot of fun, right? This is pretty decent. There's just so many razor blades. I kind of feel bad for Eden because he's having to just constantly do this to himself. Oh my god. It's a shame the damage isn't permanent, right? I guess Razor Blade would be a lot more attractive item if it gave less damage per use, but it was permanent, so you had a more reason to take it and slowly burn extra life that you get throughout the run on it. That would kind of give it a little bit more meaning, right? And at least a little bit of a bump. So 167 if we chill with our Succubus friend. I'm going to give myself a bit of a bomb boost just because I don't want to risk actually dying. Actually, I just realized Succubus does damage based on our damage. So even without anything, he's absolutely nuts. Like, absolutely mental. Oh my god. Like, Hush should melt when Succubus gets on him. He is dying pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm getting such a low amount of damage from it now. I'm not even sure if it's worth it. Do I use my own bombs, or am I just going to move them away? No, I can use my own bombs. There were so many good things in that boss rush. If we'd got tier bombs as well as Cricket's body, that could have been really, really cruel. Cruel? That could have been really, really cruel if we just thought to ourselves how cruel we could be right now. Well, the answer is really, really cruel. With a dead dog's body and some crying explosives, there's no end to the fun you could have. Oh, 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 oh. I don't know why Santa's got hold of these things, but I guess he has. Alright, still, Delirium can go fuck himself. Constantly, right? Morning, Delirium can go fuck himself. Afternoon, Delirium can go fuck himself. Evening, Delirium can go fuck himself. Middle of the night, Delirium can have a break. Soon as he wakes up, back to it. Okay, let's find ourselves Isaac. And look at the absolutely... Oh, guys, purity. Yeah, I really need that. That's really useful for me right now. Look at the mental damage that the Succubus is doing. Holy hell. That's actually insane. Hey, look, vision. We were going in literally the opposite direction. I don't know how I feel about that. I was actually fairly confident about it when it started really extending outwards, but I guess I've made a huge mistake. I'm just gonna walk forward. Just gonna keep walking forward. and everything's just gonna die. Everything's just gonna die, and I don't care. I really, this is kind of broken. I mean, to be fair, getting any generatable explosions on top of having a pyromaniac just kind of makes you almost unstoppable. I say almost. I'd have to really mess this up to die. Like, it would be difficult to, but I guess technically speaking still possible, right? But I don't see it happening. Alright, let's see what we get on the chest. I'm hoping for something to really turn this super mental, but I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, pop's not bad. Okay, actually, all three of these are really quite good. So we'll get some pop tears, and we'll get sinus tears. Just looks weird. We just got creepy, explosive eyeballs. Alright, so I'm going to choose the only option I have, which is here. Though I also have here. Is this anywhere? Who knows? I actually think pop might be a negative here. I don't actually know. I mean, I guess it's probably pretty similar, right? Like, there's not a lot to do with this. Did I just one-shot him? Oh, I one-shot him with the help of Succubus, which I guess makes sense. Hey! Look at that! Perfect time for Dagaz. And based on that, I would say that Blue Baby is almost certainly up top. Like, absolutely. I think this is definitely the correct path to him. There's no way this is going to be a dead end. Trust me, guys. Trust me. I'm a professional, okay? I am an absolute, consummate professional, and you will not judge me unless I am on a talent show and you are the judge. In which case, you will judge me. But know this! That situation is highly unlikely to occur, statistically speaking. So you remember that, Sonny Jim. You remember that. Are we going to get another item here? No, we're not. Hello, Gate. Goodbye, Gate. I literally could just do nothing, and Succubus would carry the entire rest of this run. I guess I might have to heal every now and then, but it's not exactly a huge deal, is it? Stem cells actually being an upgrade. Rare occurrence. A lot of rare occurrences have kind of read themselves. See? I knew it was the right way. Don't talk about that one kind of wrong way we went, and I guess the other tiny wrong way that we went. But I knew for the most part that this was the right way. Do I know the way? I know the way. Alright, Blue Baby. How are you doing? Probably not great. We did it, guys. We did it. My name is Rage. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more. Patreon keeps my channel going right now, so if you want to keep it going, then please consider helping, but don't feel compelled. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kind of relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.